So what do you think with mid majors with NIL? Do you think like Little Rock, y'all got some people. You got Derek Fisher, yourself. There's a lot of money in Little Rock. Do you think it was ever a point where like a team like that could put in a decent NIL package? Because I know for like the University of Arkansas, like yeah, they have ties to money, but most schools in the Power Five, Power Four, they're putting most of they're putting like 18 to 17 of the 20.5 that they could spend in football. So it's like 5 to 6 in basketball. I think basketball is the one sport because like you can have two or three dudes and then people that complement them, and you could go and compete. Do you think a mid major has that ability?
I mean, just given the right circumstances, like we had a really good coach, who was really well known. Obviously, had a great playing career as well as a coaching career. So we were given an opportunity to get some guys. Like we had some really talented players. Obviously, we had a few of them hurt. That'll come back this next season and hopefully be great for us. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the guys that Coach Walker was able to get these past, like we had. Rajon Tucker, he made it to the NBA. We had Marquise Noel, he made it to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So like he's gotten some guys, bro. But the question now is like, okay, you're gonna get him, but is it possible to keep him for a second season? And that's the thing. Like, you have to understand, like the way it's set up now is like mid majors are almost like a stepping stool. You know what I'm saying? So like for some guys, like I remember we got I want to say it's one of those Lawson kids. Like they got like it's like six of them. That's like 6'8". They're huge. I heard it was something like, he could have went high major and like, not really played as much. He decided to come here and play. And now he's, like I don't know if he's gonna stay or not. That's not my business. But, like it's just there's a good chance that, he doesn't stay. But if he does, like obviously it's great for us. But it's like, like I said, like whether they're winning or losing, it's almost like being in the G League in a sense. You know what I mean? And that's the part people don't really understand. It's like yeah, I mean, you may not have the greatest team season, but if I'm 19, 20, and I'm averaging 16 in Little Rock and somebody says, "Hey, I'm willing to give you 300,000 to go play at such and such," it's just like, how do I turn that down, bro? Because back when we were playing, like we were broke. Like we were broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we were getting 3,000 a semester from the school, and we had to pay 1,700 up front for the apartment. So between your game shoes, your food, your gas, for your own car, like you had to split 1,300, 3, 4 ways for yourself. And, for us, we were damn near broke by a month left in the end of the semester. To say, hey, I'm gonna turn 300,000 down, I'm gonna stay here, like, it's almost a little irresponsible. But it's a tough state, but that's the reality of the situation. That's kind of where we're at.
And then as Cal says, like, the 17, 18 year olds aren't even getting recruited anymore. So it's almost to that point where the Little Rocks become like where you actually get the young, youthful talent and you're the one developing them just for them to now be able to go to the higher schools
Yep.
that can pay them, right?
Yep.
Do you think it's getting to a point where it's like, if you're a Little Rock, at what point do you say, you know what, like, you know, it's almost like FBS and FCS and football. At what point do you say, hey, y'all can have your tournament. We're gonna go with these other D1 schools, and we're gonna go do like our like a lower D1 version of college basketball.
I mean, I would wait it out. I would see like how it goes because I just like I do agree that players need money, but my thing is like I think there needs to be like a cap on it. Like I don't agree with certain amounts for some guys. Like I remember I saw one kid at a high major. Like, he's a really good player, but I think he's averaging like 12 and 10. He's asking for like 5 million, and it's just like, like I don't that for me like that's all right. We got to draw a line. You know what I'm saying? So like I agree like they need money because they are making money for the school, but we're talking about like 5 million for one season. Like when you tell me if I'm paying for a kid and I'm getting 5 million, like you need to be averaging 45 and 40. Like that's what you need to be averaging. Like that's just bottom line. Like I'm not taking nothing less than 2K video game S numbers. I'm not taking 12 and 10 for I can find that somewhere else. But I do think like it's not gonna last that long because I just don't think it's sustainable. I don't think paying kids that much for 1 year uh really makes sense. And like okay, you pay him 5 million this year. All right, he leaves. You want somebody better. You're gonna pay that kid 8 million. You know what I'm saying? So like the kids that are one and dones, like the Bonsas, okay, that makes sense. But like now, like all these kids want 1 million, they want 500,000. who's gonna keep paying all this for one season rentals? And that's the thing. So I don't think it's gonna last forever. I think the money them getting paid will, but if they can get a cap on it, then I think it'll kind of even itself out because right now it's just kind of like a wildfire. Like obviously the playing field's kind of even out amongst the Power Five, but I don't think people can sustain this kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you're really just kind of like throwing money away at this point, especially if you're
Yeah.
not winning the championship.